back and continue painting in the dark. You develop night vision. This is not an easy feat.
But what many of us never realized is how hard these teenagers worked on their creations. They actually planned out what they were gonna put on buildings and trains and buses.
Yeah, it was very common to kind of work on your style and then translate it into work in the world. He believed there was a real creative value to what these kids were doing, and he really bought into who they were.
He saw them as artists, not hoodlums.
Yes, exactly. He really very strongly believed that.
But others object to glorifying graffiti, arguing that it's a sign of a city out of control.
The last thing I want is for the front of my building to be vandalized and its property value to skyrocket.
Like the late-night comedians who taunt him, Banksy is likely in on the joke.
He's saying, art world, don't take yourself too seriously. I don't take it too seriously, and yet I'm making millions of dollars from it. He's kind of laughing all the way to the bank.
Then you could have street art, which would actually be something really nice on a huge wall, like huge flowers or something.
Vandalism is just, it doesn't look nice, and it just makes the area look bad. And then other graffiti can be art, so it could be at a graffiti wall, and that might make it really look nice. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Modern graffiti is widely acknowledged as art. It has been exhibited in museums and art galleries across the world. With its roots in popular culture, artists like Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, and Jean-Michel Basquiat, street art has been with us for more than 30 years.
First thing they teach you in kindergarten is to share, that every building block that is yours is also theirs. So once I got older, I figured the same would be true, that the buildings and blocks that belong to me would also belong to you. But see, in school they taught me I would get in more trouble for drawing hearts on the bathroom walls than I would for telling someone I hated them in the halls. And at the time I thought these were just lessons to lessen the punishments I'd receive in the future, and I suppose they were, because the sharing of my kindergarten days slowly became a blur. I started to learn to take my turn and keep my hands off things if they were not mine, learn to cross my T's and dot my I's, and always draw inside the lines. But wait, teacher, I know my house is mine, but what about when I go outside? Is it okay if I draw inside the sidewalk lines? Make something pretty for people to see as they pass time? But my teacher told me that drawing off my paper could be a crime, and that if I did it on city property, a $5,000 fine. Or if I was a repeat offender, maybe even some jail time. I know the city belongs to the government, but isn't it also mine? She told me someone has to be in charge and have control to help all us citizens agree. and we shouldn't be subject on the street to things we don't want to see. But you see, that was a little confusing for me, because on the side of a lot of the city's buildings, the clean ones they're building them up to be, I can see all these ads trying to sell things to me. And I can tell you, I am a citizen and those are not the things I want to see. I would rather see art than a model making me self-conscious and selling me jeans. You can get a criminal record if there's a law you disobey, but President Obama can use Shepard Fairey's sign in his campaign. If you're a criminal working for the government, then that's okay, because it's more harmful to society if you wield a can of spray than if the mayor of Toronto is smoking crack cocaine.